We have come to a point where many high street brands have better customer service than these really high-end luxury brands. Now, what's happening? So today I want to talk to you about certain brands that I have amazing experiences with them and their customer service. They are really, really good, and you really have the feeling that they care about you, even though we all know it's a business, but it still feels nice when the person on the other side of the phone or email is, understanding your problem and trying to help and, trying to solve your problem, which is the main point why we need customer service, because we have problems with certain items. So stick until the end, because at the end I'm going to tell you which brand is an absolute winner when it comes to customer service. The first one I want to talk about is Mytheresa. If you don't know it, this is a luxury shopping site. I have talked about it a few times before in my videos. They have these lovely yellow boxes that I love, and I always kind of joke that, after a certain amount of time, I'm going to need to get rid of those boxes because I'm going to have too many of them in my room and they're not gonna look nice. But for now, I love to have little stacks of those yellow boxes around because I have been buying at Mytheresa for many years, and I always order their signature packaging, because this is one of the things that I like about luxury as well, is their packaging. So Mytheresa, so far I only had 2 items that I had not really problems with, but one I had to return because the size was just so off that it was no point of exchanging it, so I just returned it and got a refund. But the next item that I got on Mytheresa, I actually did have a big problem with. These are my favorite summer shoes for now. I'm sure I'll find something else, but for now these are my favorite summer sandals. They go with everything. There are Aquazzura So Nude metallic, gold metallic heels. I think they were like 450 or something like that when I got them the first season when they came out. Now I think they're over 600. And then this happens. Can you see this peeling? This is not acceptable with shoes that cost 100 euros, let alone high brand like Aquazzura should not, this should not happen. And I bought these during the winter time, so it was like probably around 5 or 6 months before I actually wore them for the first time. And I wore them 2 or 3 times, and then this started to happen. And I was shocked, so I sent photos to Mytheresa. At that time, when I sent them photos, I had these shoes for about 9 to 10 months, I would say, altogether. And I sent them photos. I explained that I wore the shoes just a couple of times and this should not happen. So what is their suggestion? And I got an email within like a few hours, and they say they're going to check with Aquazzura. They don't know, they didn't have that problem before, so they don't know how to solve it. Do we send them in for repair? Do we send a new pair? They didn't know, so they were like, we're going to talk to Aquazzura and get back to you. And I think it took about 2 to 3 days, and then they sent me an email saying that Aquazzura is also not familiar with this happening, so they are not sure if they will be able to fix it or not. So I should just send the shoes back to Mytheresa and they will decide what to do with them. I was fine. I mean, it was like late October by that time, so I knew I will not need this until May, so there was no problem waiting for some time for them to decide what they want to do with them. So I sent them back to Mytheresa, and I think it was about maybe 2 or 3 weeks. It was a few weeks. It wasn't like really long time, but it wasn't a few days. And then they reach out again saying that Aquazzura cannot fix this, so they were gonna refund me. And of course, these were not available at the time on Mytheresa, but because they were so good trying to solve this, I wanted to purchase another pair from them. I didn't want to go to another platform. And because again, it was in the middle of the winter, I was in no rush to get a new pair. So I think it took me like about 2 months, and they became available again. So I bought them again, luckily still for the same price, through Mytheresa, and I got a second pair. And again, it was like February, so again, it was like a few months before I worn them for the first time, and I worn them I think about 3 times again, and everything was fine. So I was like, yes, okay, we are good to go. This is not gonna happen again. And then I wore them for the 4th time, and this happened. So I didn't want to send them back again. I didn't want to just keep buying new pairs every year, especially because the price is going up, so it's not going to be the same price anymore. I'm going to wait for this to kind of evenly peel, and then I'm going to take it to my cobbler. Maybe he can put something above it to just kind of slow the peeling, because for now, the way this has peeled, when I'm wearing the shoes, you cannot see this, but you know, it's still, I know it's there, and it bugs me because these are expensive pair of shoes, and this should not, you know, this should not be happening. So that was a big disappointment. I mean, I have quite a few pairs from Aquazzura. They're definitely a good brand. They have great quality. It's just this particular pair that I have problems with. I kind of asked around a few of my friends and some of the people who I know that are buying Aquazzura. Sadly, none of them has this particular pair. They have So Nude in non-metallic, but nobody has metallic. So in case you do have them, please do let me know. Do yours peel as well? But you know, this is still my favorite shoe, but this peeling is driving me insane because we don't know why this is happening. I cannot say if this will happen to you or not, but hopefully, you know, you'll be fine. So the whole saga, you know, I didn't reach out to Mytheresa again. I didn't try to exchange them again, because what's the point? I guess it's just going to keep happening. But the point that they were willing to exchange an item that I bought 9 months ago, and they, you know, send me a refund within like a day or something. It was really fast. That to me is amazing customer service. It's not quite the same story with Luisa Via Roma. So I mentioned before that I don't shop there anymore. I used to buy mostly, if not all of my luxury items that I got online, I got it at Luisa Via Roma, and that was until 2019. So that was definitely pre-2020, so it's got nothing to do with changes they have done since. But the first thing that kind of started to rub me the wrong way was their loyalty program, because they had, you know, you can collect points, and Luisa Via Roma kept raising the bar how much you have to spend to be able to use the vouchers you got with loyalty points. So for example, before, if you earn 200 euros with your points, which, you know, it takes a while to get even that. It's unless you're buying, you know, like 5,000 euro items, it's going to take a while to get these points. And before, you could use it on any item above 500 euros, which means you get almost 50 off, which is a really, really good initiative for loyalty points and for rewarding your loyal customer, right? And then I saw, you know, some amazing shoes. Of course, you know me, hopefully I love shoes, and I wanted to, you know, save the points to get all like 300 euros off. And I was very good. I was saving my points. I was ordering other stuff, but I did not use my points because I was saving for that pair of shoes. And of course, every couple of months, the bar, how much you have to spend to be able to use your vouchers, kept rising and rising and rising. And then I remember so vividly, it was towards the end of May, and I knew that with June 1st, my points will be available. All of the purchases that I made, the points will be available, so I will be able to use them to buy finally the shoes that I have been eyeing for like 6 months at that time. And I remember on May 31st, I checked the Luisa Via Roma webpage just to kind of, you know, make sure that everything corresponds. I'm going to have enough points to get a voucher I want, and, you know, the shoes are still available in my size. Everything was good to go. And then comes the next day, June 1st. And I go on in the app, I put shoes in the basket, and it appears this voucher, it cannot be used with this order. So I was not sure what's the problem, so I tried it again and again, and it was always the same thing. It's not, you know, you cannot use it. And then I kind of remember that they are raising the bar on items, on the value of items you have to buy. So I was thinking, oh God, no, don't tell me they raised it again. And I went back into the, you know, all the fine prints that you can find under your profile. And yes, for sure, they raised it again on that same day. And they raised it that I can only use 200 euro voucher if I buy an item which is 800 euros or above that. That's like 20% discount. And 20% discount you can get on multiple times throughout the year when they have like special promotions and things. So why would I save my points if not to get like a good discount on item, because, you know, if you buy something for 400 and you use a voucher for 2, that's like half off, right? It's just logic. So because it was actually question of ours, I wrote an email to customer service at Luisa Via Roma, and I explained to them that I wanted to get the shoes, that I was saving the points, and I wanted to buy them now, today, because they just changed it. And I know that they just changed it because I was looking at it the day before, so I knew it was pretty new stuff. So they couldn't say like, oh, this has been, you know, I knew that it was just changed. If they can like make the exception, if it's still possible, because it's just a few hours, and, you know, if not, that's fine, of course, but I just wanted to check. And of course their reply was, no, sorry, we changed the rules. Which again, it's their prerogative, it's their store. But to me, that was the first thing that really rubbed me the wrong way, especially because it was just a question of a few hours, and I was like, oh, come on, you know. But again, it's their right, so I didn't want to get mad about it, but it did kind of rub me the wrong way. And then they started to charge shipping, even on items that are really expensive. You know, these are luxury items. Free shipping is one of the perks that comes with it. But again, I was like, okay, I don't like it, but I understand. I'll deal with this. It's fine. And then the last straw was when I ordered something towards the end of 2019, and it arrived in this generic brown box. They had like Mytheresa has really lovely yellow boxes. Luisa Via Roma had this, or still has, I don't know, blue boxes, which are also very good quality and nice boxes, but not as much as Mytheresa. I have to be honest, I prefer Mytheresa packaging, but still they were quality boxes. You knew it was again a luxury purchase, so you were happy. And then they started to charge you for shipping. They would not help you with certain items that you wanted. They keep raising, you know, the loyalty points became like useless practically. And, you know, then the ugly generic box arrived, and I was like, no, I'm sorry, it's just, you're not the only one. You're not the only site who has these things. There is nothing in my years of buying there, which was like probably 7 or 8 years. There was nothing on that webpage that you couldn't find somewhere else. And even when they have sales, they're pretty similar between different sites. So the only thing you have going for you is your customer service, your packaging, and, you know, your loyalty program, how you reward your customers. And Luisa Via Roma kind of failed on the the whole scale. So I was like, thank you, but I'm done with you. So I never bought anything since, I think it was like November 2019 or something like that. So I kind of switched to Mytheresa and Farfetch. Farfetch is another one with great customer service. One of the orders that I remember when I ordered Jimmy Choo boots, and the package arrived, and I was a bit surprised because when I saw the package, it was like this big. There was no way the boots would fit in this kind of quite small package. So I opened it, and there were like completely another shoes in there. And because, you know, Farfetch is not a store, Farfetch is a collection of different boutiques around the world. So I had no idea how this could happen, how I could get an item that somebody else ordered, but they were Jimmy Choo, at least that, you know, it was the same. So I guess the mix-up was at the boutique where they sold me my boots. So I wrote an email to Farfetch customer service explaining what happened, and they were so nice. They were really shocked how this could possibly happen, but, you know, things like that can happen anywhere, and I don't mind, you know, as long as they solve it and, you know, get me what I actually ordered. I don't mind if this happened, we're gonna exchange. But I was afraid that the other person who got my boots, which was much more expensive than the shoes that I got, we're not gonna send them back, you know. They're gonna go, nope, that's my order, I'm not returning them, because you never know with people. And luckily everything worked out fine. They also cannot do exchange because it's different boutiques. So what the lady did, she sent me my refund within like half an hour, and I could repurchase again. And I sent the Jimmy Choo shoes, and they sent me like a label to put on the box, so I didn't have to pay for, you know, sending the wrong order back, luckily. And then they sent me my boots. And again, everything was really fast, and they really understood what the problem was. So Farfetch, again, I can definitely say great customer service, and I hope they will stay this way, because to me, that's very important part of shopping experience, that you have somebody on the other side who's there to help you if you need their help. And the last brand that I want to talk about is my favorite jewelry brand, and that's of course Missoma. Now, Missoma has a 2-year warranty. Now, certain items from them can kind of break, or they can, you know, the pearls can fall out, and, you know, certain things that happen with their jewelry I'm not happy about. I'm not happy that pearls keep falling out, but because you have a 2-year warranty, that means that you just send them photos, videos, you explain what happened, and they will send you a new item. No problem. They stand behind their items, and this to me speaks quality. That's quality brand. They are mindful of how we, the customers, perceive them, and they do not want bad blood, right? They do not want us to think like, oh no, it's crappy brand, you know, things break, I don't want to buy there anymore. I have to count, but I would say I have probably like 50 items by now from Missoma, because again, I've been buying there for years and years. And you know, I think I had to exchange maybe like 3 or 4 of them. 3 of them were pearls. Harris Reed cocktail ring, I lost pearls in that. They sent me a new one. And then I had 2 small hoops that lost pearls. Again, they sent me new ones. Now I have these small pearls, and this one so far are holding up. So hopefully I will not lose those, but we will see. And then the last item that I had to exchange are these light hoop earrings. This is really delicate item. I did not, the first time I got them, I didn't expect how soft this part will be. The part where you close it here, this is really soft. And when you close it and you kind of push it together, you can actually, you know, squeeze this, and this will not be a circle anymore. It will be like ellipse or something. It will not be a perfect circle anymore because it's very soft material. And this thing here, it bends very easy, and you have to be very gentle with these earrings. So the first time this happened, this thing, like this little bar here, bent, and of course because of this the whole ring kind of went out of the shape. It looked horrible, so I could not, you know, wear this. And this is gold plated. It's not cheap jewelry by any means, so this was just not, you know, this was not acceptable to be like this. This has to be a nice circle that closes nicely. So I send them photos, I explain what happened, they send me a new pair, no problem. And then a few months later, this bar broke off completely. So it's no, you cannot close it. This is what I was left with again. And I love this earring so much. So I sent them an email and a photo again explaining what happened, explained that they exchanged it already once. They're still in warranty because I bought them less than a year ago. So I explained to them that, you know, this happened again, and if they would be kind enough to replace them again, because I actually like this earring a lot. And I don't want like a refund or stuff. I do want to wear them, so I want another pair. And they send me a new pair again, and it was with DHL. It's fast shipping, and you know, they send me this within, I think, like 3 days after the email exchange. It's exactly the same packaging as a new pair. So you have your cloth, nice little paper, we have the pouch, and we have earrings, and they are packed separately. I'm gonna leave it in the pouch for now. It has like a separate compartment in there, so you can, so they're not rubbing against each other. So this is amazing customer service. Thank you, Missoma. Which brand had like the worst customer experience, and which the best by your experience? Like, what did you do? You accept that? I mean, is it okay with you if you have problems with some items and they have bad customer service, you're going to keep on shopping there? Because I think we have reached a point now when we have to kind of be loud about this, because the customer service at a lot of places is just going downhill so much after the pandemic. But you know, luckily we still have other brands and other shopping sites that are, you know, keeping the bar high, and hopefully this will stay this way. So have a lovely day. Thank you for chatting with me, and I will see you in the next video.